is Week 7, game number 3 of the 2021 NFL season.
Today,
it is featuring
from FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland,
going up against the Washington football team.
This is Men Football on EA Sports.
You want to look this down and see what I have to do.
We'll see Alex Smith and the Washington football team taking on Andy Dalton and the Dallas Cowboys. It's a pretty frigid December day in our nation's capital. We got our space heaters on full blast up in the booth at FedEx Field. The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up with the Dallas Cowboys. Greg Zerline now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And we are underway from FedEx Field. Danny Johnson returning. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by a man making a remarkable return to the football field. It is Alex Smith.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on. We know he's not bad at this, but his footwork always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator said right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll line up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Alvin Smith there on the tackle.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, here's Smith. And his throw is going to be incomplete. He's trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but now it's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. A shotgun snap for Smith. Being chased out left. Even after more than a decade in the league, Smith's still one to account for with his legs as he picks up a first.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big time play.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A run here for J.D. McKissick. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, Smith. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. They're all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. That is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start the game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts the defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out comes Andy Dalton and company. Dalton, of course, grew up in Texas, played his college ball at TCU, and now his home is back in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex with these Cowboys.
The day one starter's rookie year, he also won a whole lot of games as well. First 5 years, the Bengals went to the playoffs each and every year. Continues to evolve as a quarterback, learning how to work around a running game, an offensive line, and receivers that continue to develop.
Dalton and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. His throw incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw again. Dalton, he finds his target. It's Schultz. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you stopped it? It would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series. That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started. And that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty. And before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Now comes the Cowboys punter. Steven Sims set to return it for Washington. But he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down and close to the goal line at the 1 yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1 yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
They run with the former Buccaneer. It's Peyton Barber. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2 yard line.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. So I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
On second down now, it's Gibson. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2 yard line.
Let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for that. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want it backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Here's Barber. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5 yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. But just like you said, they've got the lead, don't do anything silly, run the football, and that's what they did.
They would have liked to have created a little more room for their punter, but he'll take what they gave him, and he'll go out there now and try to get the ball off and help his defense.
Here's Tressway now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. This is a pretty good kick. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5 yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5 yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Able to evade the tackle, but then quickly brought down just outside the 5. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. On second down, Elliott. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5 yard line. A yard in the wrong direction. Makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'd like to avoid playing from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
Two drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
Now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. They'll begin with much more advantageous starting field position than they did on their last drive as they come up here 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get to it after a gain of 7 to the 47.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And his throw is incomplete.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it up to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Smith. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it as it crosses at the 11-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
First and 10 for Dalton. And this is going to be incomplete. Fair to say, it hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Dalton is going to find his running back. It's complete. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Dalton hands off to Elliott. And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
And they let this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Dalton here from the gun. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Chase Young just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Elliott. About 3 yards there to the 27. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Two minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And a reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. That's off the screen to Elliott. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it will bring up 4th down.
Well, they dialed up the screen there, hoping that convoy of blockers could get out in front and get them enough yardage for the first down, but they were able to get there before he got to the sticks.
Cowboys trot out Greg Zuerlein. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
After the made field goal, Zuerlein back out there now to send this one away. And this carries into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series. So those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. But 1st and 10, Smith. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Great change up there on the route. It got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the short catch and put the down marker back to 1.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. On first down, it's Smith. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. You and I watched film yesterday. You told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Because you prefer not to give him another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And not able to bring it in. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Now a first down throw, it's Smith. They're looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. It's Nick, and they're going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because it really may be one completion away from giving their kicker a shot. And that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? Amari Cooper is intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To throw again. Dalton trying for Cooper again. This time he finds him. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. From the gun, Dalton. Cooper's got it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Another chance for Dalton. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Elliott. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to root downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space. It turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. He hit his first. Now this one from 38 yards away. And Zerline's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome, everyone, to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. It was a terrific first half for the veteran quarterback. His guys lead, though, by only a point. It's been a tight one. As for the start of the third quarter, we'll send it back to Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Cowboys who get the football first and trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. Fielded in the end zone. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. But that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. You come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still play agile. He's able to make a nice play there to small up the ball carrier.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, Smith. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because I nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. From the gun, Smith. And he finds McLaurin. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds, right around the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked into the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he fights his way into the zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score 14-6. A drive there of just 4 plays. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Taken in the end zone. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And last time was a pretty one-play and interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Dalton and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start with the option. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Throwing on 2nd down, Dalton. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to getting that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to it and forcing a 3rd down.
Second down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 4th and a couple remaining. They'll try and run for it without it. And they bring it to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 16 in the Dallas first down. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation, pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. And again this time to the tailback. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Jimmy Moreland there on the stop.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Four receivers now in the formation. 3 to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun. Dalton. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, Dalton. Over the middle, complete. That's Schultz. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
In the 3rd quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Throwing again. Dalton. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. 16, 11 yards there. First down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Took till the 2nd half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. And them up 1st and 10 at the 16. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And yet we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They go down it again. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you can be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Despite only needing one, Dalton to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Zeke Elliott able to find his way in from a yard out. And now the Cowboys are within a 2-point conversion of tying up the game. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting.
Dalton now to pass. That's caught at the 2. He'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted to tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Here comes Johnson on a return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know you're trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd and 7, Smith. Short throw to the tight end Thomas.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Washington on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Connects here with the tight end, Jeremy Sprinkle. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 32-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and and he hooked up there on first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Smith. That'll be caught. It's Steven Sims. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Smith. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
On 3rd down, Gibson. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it's going to yield a new set of downs.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Smith on 1st down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
You know the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. That's caught. It's Thomas. That is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown now. And Washington has taken the lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is Tony Pollard. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys. And now the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Dalton and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll set up to throw from the gun. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline. but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, we have a few words to say to the QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there. The high throw luckily fell incomplete. There's a throw out line complete to his running back right side. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Dalton. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Not much there, only a yard. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw again on 2nd down. Dalton. Wide open receiver complete. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there. As that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Dalton throwing complete there to Cooper. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
Hard to get, like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
1st down now, but that clock rolling. So now Dalton. Now he's forced out left. And now he's going to use his legs. Well, he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 of the 9-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. They'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
A 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Cooper was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
And it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. All right, here's Dalton. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Now Greg Zerline on for the extra point. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This will make it into the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. A look at Washington as they come on the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Smith. Open man here, Sims complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Smith. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop him with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Smith. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. They'll bring out 4 receivers, 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4. Smith now to throw. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's 3rd down. The field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Again, Smith. The out route incomplete. That's Thomas. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 34-yard line. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball that gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Returning it, Johnson. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. And they get him down, but now the field takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Gibson, and he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. First throw here in overtime for Smith. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. They'll give him a yard on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Dancing to his left. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
On 3rd down, the defense decided to blitz. A very good job of recognizing it, stepping away from the pressure, and finding open space to scramble and pick up a 1st down.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Now it's Smith. That's complete to his tight end, Sprinkle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, Smith. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Chidobe Awuzie there to make the play in coverage.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. A shot snap for Smith. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Chidobe Awuzie there to make the play in coverage.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
So on comes the kicker, Dustin Hopkins, in a big spot. This to at least get a lead here in overtime. And Hopkins' kick is good. And it's 3-0 Washington. They're able to put 3 on the board here in the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs. This game's over.
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. This will make it into the end zone. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again, Andy Dalton marches back onto the field. He's had quite the turnaround, Charles. At the start of the game, passing game was a little bit of a mess, but he's back on the horse, so to speak.
Love seeing how someone can rebound from a slow start or a tough start. Means that they're strong mentally. They've kind of calmed themselves down. Everyone's rallied around them. Maybe they didn't change game planning a little bit in order to make things better for them.
So now the first OT throw coming for Dalton. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Dalton, and this one quickly to Lamb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Right back 2 for 10 more to first. Back-to-back completions, and that puts them in enemy territory.
And we're always looking for that elusive term, momentum, aren't we? And I think they're building it with the back-to-back completions. Now they feel like they can either take a shot or continue to build it the way that they're doing now. Safe throws, get it to their playmakers, and see what happens.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Here's Elliott.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gunn. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Well, with that, we sign off from Landover.
Hey guys, hey, the Cowboys are winners over the football team, 27-24. Monday and this room. I'll be back tomorrow with another action. So please like and subscribe. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great day.